retired king, Auntie Tanya and Uncle Tim decided that it was very important that we visit some of the people who live in Tanzania. We'd already climbed Kilimanjaro, we went on safari, and now it was time to visit some of the tribes. The first people that we met were Maasai. The Maasai are an indigenous tribe that live in Kenya and northern Tanzania. This year, the Maasai population is nearly 650,000 in Tanzania. Their lifestyle centers around their cows, which is their primary source of food. They eat cow's meat, drink blood, and drink the milk. They believe that God gave them all of his cows to watch over, and the wealth of their family is determined by the number of cows they own. The Maasai are nomadic, that means they move a lot, and so they live in temporary houses that they make from cow dung and mud. The mix dries in the sun and gets almost as hard as cement, and it doesn't even smell. They build their houses in a circle, and at night, they put all the cows in the center to keep them safe from wild animals. The Maasai society is age set. Every 15 years or so, a new generation of warriors is initiated. This means boys who've reached puberty, every one of them must go through a ceremony before he can become a warrior. And then when the new generations of warriors is initiated, the older ones graduate and they become junior elders and then eventually senior elders. The warriors of the Maasai are responsible for herding the livestock, and the elders are responsible for making decisions within the tribe. Did you know that girls undergo a similar ceremony when they reach puberty? And this means they're ready for marriage. Some girls are married off to old men even before they become teenagers. The wives are then responsible for building houses, supplying water, collecting firewood, milking the cattle, and cooking. Another group we got to visit were the Hadza, or Hadzabe. They're hunters and gatherers who live in the eastern Rift Valley in Tanzania, especially around Lake Eyasi where we went. That's a big saltwater lake. It dries up almost completely in the dry season. There are only about 1,000 Hadza, and they move around wherever they want to, foraging for food. They live by hunting animals, collecting honey, gathering fruit, or digging for tubers like this one. Auntie Tanya thought it tasted a little like a potato, but I didn't try it. The Hadza speak their own click language and have their own special beliefs and rules. But even if they break a rule, people usually ignore it. But they have some rituals that people in our society might think are strange. Like the main one, it's called Maitoko. It's a female puberty ceremony. This happens when the berries are ripening. Little girls gather in a camp where they're covered in animal fat and beautiful beads. Then they get to chase boys and try to hit them with their fertility sticks. But remember, if you're not Hadza, it's not nice to hit boys with sticks. You'll get in trouble. Another tribe we visited in the Lake Eyasi area was the Datoga tribe. They're famous for their beautiful jewelry and their metalworks. They sell spears. Look at them making it with the bellows. They do that for 6 hours a day, blowing on the fire and melting metal and then hammering it into beautiful jewelry and knives and cutlery. Auntie Tanya tried to work the bellows, and after 5 minutes she was saying her arms were sore. She would not be a good Datoga woman. We also went and visited them in their home, and they make something really yummy called ugali, and it's ground up corn, kind of like a porridge, I guess. Auntie Tanya tried to ground the corn with the Datoga women. She didn't do too well at that either. They were very friendly, and we had a really nice time with the Datoga family.
Yeah, she's a lovely lady.
Yeah.
She's friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah. She knows her way around here in the dark. She had to lead me. Oh, yeah. Okay, go sleep.
Yeah.
She snores. Wow, well that's cool.
On our way out, the Datoga family decided to come out and play some music and sing some songs for us. It was so fun. trips and going on safari and climbing mountains and working so hard on this vacation, Auntie Tanya and Uncle Tim finally decided to take me to Zanzibar, where we got to relax in the sun. Zanzibar is a beautiful island famous for spices and architecture and big beautiful buildings. Uncle Tim tried scuba diving for his very first time. He got to play with a stingray. We visited Stone Town and we saw the slave market, and I didn't like it there. It was sad.
This is the underground slave market in Stone Town. We're below a hostel right now, but there's 2 rooms behind me, tiny enclosed rooms where they used to keep the slaves, and then they would take them to market for auctioning afterwards. Very poor conditions, they weren't fed, there was no air, so many people died of suffocation and starvation, and it's really horrible.
But we rested on the beach and got lots of sun and relaxed in the sand, and then it was time to leave. I hope that you enjoyed my Africa trip as much as I did. This is Flat Trinity saying goodbye for now until our next adventure.